someone else's state of mind can affect your foundation building. So yesterday, the last week, we spoke about the fundamentals in foundation development. Yes, please. So, what it takes to build up a foundation, whether it's necessary to build up a foundation, the kind of foundation you should build, and all of that. So, this week, as we've all known, I know you are from the SHS level, which is you've been at that place before, and you passed there, or we shouldn't call you at SHS people.
Oh,
you can. Okay, great. Kelly has also been out of that space, so we think he also has a whole new experience at where he is currently. So let's begin our discussion. So let me get you Annabelle first, for instance. Okay, so Annabelle, can you tell us something little about your current level of life inside?
As in SHS?
Yeah, maybe it could be SHS, the current level you're in. How do you say it?
It's going quite well. I'm just at the moment where I'm now realizing our girlfriend. And then realizing it comes with so many choices that you have no one to help you with. You and then probably God, you and then you alone in this kind of choices. And then I won't lie, it scares me.
It scares you. You know this current song, Adulthood Has Come. She's reminded me of that song. Anyways, but it's going to be well. So that's the journey at the moment, right? So what's up with education? Are you still schooling or you're working? What's up? What's next? You know that follow-up question, so you let's go.
So I just graduated from Achimota this year.
Okay, good.
And then I'm just looking forward to working and then doing something before university.
Good. It's fine. I learned your results are out.
Yes, please.
You say that in practice. Okay, so Jerry and Kelly, can you also share with us about your current level?
Yeah, so as you know, I'm now in the nexus training school. Yeah, so life
I like that.
So stressful.
Okay.
So she said, when you are young, you don't really know anything like that.
Okay.
You think that, life is on a silver. Yeah. But as you go, as you age, you get to realize that now you have to pay the light bill. You are supposed to pay the water. You have to sit down, think and reason, and know the good steps to take. Yeah, so from.
Okay. Wow. Excuse me, for the purpose of our live streaming, I'll urge you to sit at the other end so that the camera can capture you very well. Yeah, but Jerry is also a fresh guy. He's a very nice guy, nice and handsome guy.
I'm shy.
Yeah, shy. Yeah. So you know, we at certain point in time, building a foundation is really necessary. And before you start a foundation building, you have to identify the level at which you are currently. So, somebody might be a dropout, somebody might be a student, somebody might be in the working field, some people will also be in the, experience getting, as in the internship, the NSS, the volunteering activities, and all of that. But in all these stages, there's a necessity for you to find your dream, your purpose, and building a foundation for all that you are dreaming for. So, let me get back to Kelly. Can you share with us what makes your current level unique to you, or make it more important to you?
Oh, okay. Yeah, so I actually want to be a doctor. Okay. I want to save lives. Oh. Yeah, so me being in a nurses training school will give me that
exposure.
Yes, that exposure and that experience, so that I will learn more, so that when I get there, then I know what to do. Because in the nursing school, nursing is about what? Saving lives. Is that what it is? Yeah. And it's the same as I want to be a doctor. So if I venture into these things, I would learn more. When I get there, then it will be easier for me.
Sure. So, for the sake of the nurses,
Okay.
segment you put in this discussion, I want to ask, I don't know if you've heard of this current ongoing brouhaha on social media.
Oh, yeah.
Do you have any sentiments on that? Do you have anything to say?
Oh,
you don't have anything to say. Are you sure? You brutalize your colleague.
Of course, I know, so I don't want to say anything about it.
You don't want to say anything about it?
Yeah.
I respect that. Okay. So, yeah, Annabelle, tell us how unique your level is now, or how important it is to you.
I'm just, at that level, I know one wrong mistake is going to cost me my career, my future. And so I have to take a step back, try to reflect on what exactly I want, or what exactly is there for me before I do it. I shouldn't just rush into it because everyone around me is also doing the same thing. I should sit back, even if it comes with so much mockery, so much whatever become. I should sit back and then reflect on it and then decide what exactly I want. And I'm talking about university here. About going to university here.
This reminds me of this funny story of mine. When I completed SHS, for some reasons, I wish I could put out the year I completed, but let me keep it safe. Maybe one day. I used to, my dad is a contractor. He used to work in various sites and all of that. One time I followed him to went to do some one or two concrete works. And I was so enticed with that work. Because of maybe the little I would have received at that time. So I was so much enticed. And I didn't want to go into the professional world or I don't know how to say it.
Yeah.
Yes. And I think at that point in time, I didn't really know who I was. And I didn't really know the level at which I was at that moment. So it was later my dad said to me, make me for SS. Now he will follow me to site and make us updated and all of that. But I was also, influenced with the kind of money I was receiving. So Annabelle gets it to me at this point in time that as I've been, I didn't really know what I was up to. I didn't really know the foundation I needed to build or the level I was. So it was later afterwards when my dad sat me down and scolded me to move away from that. That was when I then began to realize all that I have to achieve. So I think at some point in time in our levels, before you totally agree that this is the level I am currently, or this is the foundation of it I am currently, I think there's quite a little bit of challenge you have to go through to even consider this as, yes, this is my actual level I'm leaving or I'm currently on. Yeah, so thanks for your contribution. So at this level you are, we would like to know your privacies a little. Do you think this is the level you wished for, or do you think this is the foundation you inspired to build or you aspired to build? Yeah, I don't know if I'm really clear. As in the current level you are, the dream you had previously, and where you are currently, do they fall in line? Are they all in place with it?
Honestly, I rushed into that dream.
Oh, okay.
Maybe
The dream to be a doctor.
Yes. Maybe because everyone agreed with me. And then, I wouldn't say I didn't pass. I passed. Everyone said I passed. But that grade couldn't get me what I wanted. So I thought because I couldn't get what I wanted, I failed. But they said I passed. They said yes, I did well. Wow. And so now I don't want to rush into and choose a program because I didn't get the exact one I wanted. It doesn't mean the fact that I didn't get that one I wanted doesn't mean I should just rush into it and then just take anything at all. Because this is actually my life here. Whatever I choose now determines my future. So if I should choose the wrong one, it will cost me. So it will cost me my life here. So I have to sit back and think of it. No, I couldn't get that. Doesn't mean I should just choose anything at all. I need to sit back, reflect on what exactly I want. If I really want it, then fine, I go in for it. Because honestly, this is not the end of the world. There's the next years ahead. I could actually go for university. So yes, I want to sit back.
I like that word of encouragement.
Yeah,
so
sure.
Before we move to Kelly, or let me end it at the latter part of our time. I'll need you to speak to your colleagues who are currently out of secondary school and looking forward to the other aspects of that. Okay, so after, you remind me of that. Okay, Kelly. Yeah.
Okay, so with me, my grades didn't also really give me that. I also want to be a doctor, as I said earlier. But my grades were not really good as such. So I think that my parents also wanted me to go to school. Yes, so they actually bought nursing form for me so that I will also, because I want to be a doctor, so that nursing field will still push me there. Yeah. So I actually wanted to be a doctor. Like, I want to be a doctor. But I thought that the nursing wouldn't push me there. But later, as I sat down, as I was thinking about my life and all that, I realized that even though I'm in a nursing school, I have the opportunity to continue my dream. So I think that this nursing thing will just give me the exposure, will just give me the experience. So I'm not really out of what I.
You know, there's one exciting thing about self-realization and identifying the level, as I said previously.
Yeah.
There are so many doubts and so many challenges. It could happen that this reminds me of the story of one of my business. It's either kind of Reactor or Stepper. I learned one of them studied pure science way back in secondary school and university. Yes, but later on, the wind of life had to shift them to a certain position. And just imagine a medical student now being a finance person. So I think there's no harm in changing the status quo, as in what you didn't want and what you had. Yes, so there can be some relations in that. But let me ask you again. So supposing you are not in this current level, which level do you think you would have been, or which field would you have been currently, or where would you have found yourself?
I think I would have found myself in the teaching side.
Wow.
Yeah, I think so. Because after the senior high school, I was a teacher for a number of years, and I grew good. Like, I was very experienced in that. So if I didn't really get the opportunity to further my degree, I would have entered into the teaching field. Yes, yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Did anything inspire you to move into the teaching from there?
Yeah. Way back in JHS, I was really good with explanations. When our teacher, when they are done with their teaching, and my friends really don't understand, I end up taking the whole burden on myself.
Then you were a shock.
Charlie, ask for now. Yeah, Charlie.
You know, I know you in SHS, so I believe what you're saying.
Sure.
Wow.
Yeah. So I carry that burden upon myself and try as much as possible to explain it in a way that they would all understand. When I moved to SHS, to the same thing. So when I completed SHS, it wasn't really new to me because that was what I was doing. But I just had to be better, yes. I just had to be better. Yeah.
Wow. Nice. Thanks, Jerry. I don't know. What about you? You think, I think it's too early to ask so far. But are you grateful for where you are currently? That's a question I know how to ask. Let's
I'm very grateful.
Okay.
And I know God is very good.
So God's plan, right?
Yeah. God's will.
Okay. So this chips us into this question. How do you see God's hands in the current level you are? How do you see God's hands in God's plan?
I guess He just directed me. Yes.
So can you give us some instances where it's clearly true? You know, at some point in time, our energies or our strategies or our plans comes even much higher than that of God.
Yeah.
Yes. So I don't know if you can give a reflection on when you really realize this foundation I'm building on this level I am. It looks like God's plan and God's plan.
Oh, okay, guys.
If you had it, should we go and come?
Yes, we can
You
come.
can come.
Oh, I'm thinking.
Okay, so I have heard a lot of prophecies from men of God. Yeah. And I think that where I am currently is the hand of God. Yes, I think that it's God's hands.
So let's say the prophecies depicted where or confirmed where
yeah,
you
it
are.
confirms where I am. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not going to come here. Or
I'll just say the opposite, right?
okay.
I can say the opposite. Where it was God's plan over my plan. Yes. So it means my plan wasn't God's plan. Like, just feel like it. I was like, God. You know, when I was praying for my result, I was like, God, if it is your will, let me pass and then get into that. And help me study medicine in university. But you know, I didn't get that grade for the medicine. And then for so many hours, I was just crying. I felt disappointed. But then, you know, He assured me. He just, I don't know, through my games, He told me, no. If He didn't make me pass, it was because that wasn't for me. So I should sit back, reflect on it, and then, yes, go to Him, and then, you know, find out exactly what He wants from me. Yes.
You know, this reminds me, when I completed SHS, I wanted to attend one of the top schools my colleagues and my friends were attending. And it was quite fortunate and unfortunate that I didn't qualify for certain grades in my results list. So, but then Pentecost University wasn't in mind as at that time. Yes. And by then there was a little bit of pressure for, you know, for the sake of our discussion, helping others to know. That's why we are sharing out for you. You know, my sis was then in a private institution, a tertiary university. And I also was yet to enter. My daddy didn't want us to stay at home. He also wanted us to see ourselves in school and all of that. But as at that time, when I wanted to go to the school, I was still discussing about that. Lord, should I go or shouldn't go? What is it that you have for me? Because I really wanted to get that exposure there that, oh, who goes school when, oh, you go UG, I go to leg. And one day you see me waiting for the dinner car, And when a young guy in recent times, they see you in official wear and you're in a school bag or a handbag, the only question, and they are standing beside a Medina car, they know you are either going to Legon or UPS, and it's pride. So I saw, I didn't see God's plan as at that time. I was seeing my own self-interest for gain. So it came to me that I should move to Pentecost University, which is even near my neighborhood, to apply for studies here. And God being so good, I've been accepted. And there's one thing I'm very grateful for, and there's one thing I also advise our viewers. You know, sometimes when you don't pray over certain things, when you rush yourself into certain things, you really go to get a hit. And sometimes, you know, sometimes if I spoke about stats, standards that are really tall, starting something new is very difficult. So, fast forward, when I came to Pentecost University, I didn't like it because it was in my area and I used to see the schools so often. So, I thought, so I needed a new environment and all of that. But God has been so good. God has been so good and very faithful and so good. Supposing I had Legon or supposing I attended other universities, I'm sure God would have sent me somewhere, but I wouldn't have achieved the purpose of me because I'm having the opportunity on radio sets and inspiring people. It doesn't come easy. It's just by the plans of God. So I also add to it that in whatever aspect of our lives, whether we plan for it or not, whatever comes, which is good or bad, let's keep praying and the Holy Spirit will help us through. Yeah, so that's it for how you see yourself in this stage of life and how you see God's hands in it. So what are the key things which makes it very important for you at this level? What are the key things you see which makes your future bright or dim? Yeah, in building your foundation, I don't know if you get the question very well. You don't get it very well. Okay, so you are planning on being a doctor sometime in the future, and it's obvious. What are some of the key things which are so crucial at this point in time in the level you are in building your foundation for your future to becoming successful?
I'm still trying to understand the question.
Oh, okay. So, I would say the things that are so crucial for me. One, my relationship. Like, not asking boyfriend, girlfriend, but the relationship I'm supposed to build with people.
Let them that respect.
Oh, okay, yeah, networking. Okay. So, one. And two, I think that the purpose which God has for me,
Okay. Identifying
my purpose is also very important. So my relationship with people, the purpose for which God has for me. And last of all, I think that me building myself to prepare for that. Yeah.
Building yourself.
Yeah.
And preparing for that. So let's say your preparation stage.
Sure.
Wow.
So these are the three key things.
Okay. Can you touch a little bit on identifying your purpose? I know a little bit about Jerry. Yes, and maybe for the sake of those who are yet to identify themselves. Can you say something little about identifying yourself and knowing the purpose God has for you? Maybe be aside the doctor you want to be.
Okay.
Yeah. Is there any other purpose you realize God has for you?
Yeah. I also want to be a man of God too. Yes.
Okay.
To inspire people, to build people up. Yes. So I think these are the three. These are the two. being a doctor and being a man of God too. Yeah, so you said what? What are the things?
Things which makes you easily identify the purpose. That's what I was trying to answer.
Oh, okay. So what are the things that makes it easy for you to identify your purpose? Okay, so I think that the things you are good at, for example, let's say if you know how to sing, yeah, if you know how to dance, if you know how to do a lot of things, I think those are the hints or those are the clues that will make it very easy for you to identify the purpose of God in your life. Yes. You have to identify yourself and know what you can do. Yeah, so if you are able to identify these two things, knowing yourself, knowing your strength and your weaknesses, you will be able to know, yes.
So, come to people in, let me ask this question before I come with what I want to ask. So, is it necessary that at every level or at a point in your life you really identify your purpose? And the reason I'm asking this is we can have people in tertiary levels, the universities, and it's more often known as people who are in universities are more knowledgeable in identifying certain things and finding their path of life.
Okay.
Yes, so if it's always necessary that in the university level you should identify your purpose, if it's very necessary, how can one realize that, oh, it's true that this is my purpose, even at the university level, since I'm mature?
I think that in order to identify your purpose, your true purpose in life, you need the hands of God. As we know, God created you, is that not it? So therefore, it means that He knows the reason why He brought you here, is that not it? So I think that the only way and the right way to identify your true self and your purpose is seeking God. You know, you can, maybe let's say the purpose of God for a life is to be a man of God. But you are very good with this thing, like you have this big business brains and all these things. So you might be thinking that, oh, maybe the purpose of God for my life is being a CEO. But the truth is, that is not what God wants for you. So maybe you might live here or you might die and you realize that you wasted your life. So I think that in order for each and everyone to identify his or her purpose, you are supposed to seek the one that made you.
Seek from the one that made you.
Yeah.
Wow. Thank you. Wonderful point of view. So we are coming back to Annabelle. I saw her writing some things down, so I'm sure she's prepared to give you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So which one?
Yeah, the one about the key things you see in your life which are very important for you in your foundation development.
Finding your passion.
Finding your passion.
Yes.
Wow. Okay. Sis, can you say something about it?
Maybe God's plan for you, but if you don't have passion for it, you might flop.
Wow.
So as God has given you that purpose or that plan, you have to find that passion for you, that passion for it. Because if you have a passion for something, no matter what happens, you always go for it. Even if that thing is so low, people talk down on it, and then maybe it won't even help you in future. Like you won't get paid or anything. Once you have a passion for it, you would always go for it and stand by it.
Wow.
So yeah, I would say find the passion for it.
Find your passion for it. Is there any other thing you want to add if I ask this question?
What?
Can you share with us your passion?
My passion?
Yes, let us know your letter.
I hate to see people suffer.
Wow.
Okay. Oh.
I hate to see people down, suffering. I would want to help in any way. So at times it affects me so much that it lifts me down. It lets me down. It makes me, I'll sometimes get depressed from that. Yes. Just because I saw someone being helpless and then I could do nothing about it. Yeah.
So you are compassionate, right? Oh, amazing. That's very good. There's one thing I want to add in all of this session on the identifying of purpose. Sometimes, as you said, passion comes in. Sometimes the hand of God comes in. And sometimes exposure, your exposure to certain things also leads you to identify your purpose or what you aspire to be. So as we all reflect on this, we also have to identify the kind of spaces we find ourselves into, and the kind of things we are identifying, and the kind of exposure we want to have. So this goes in reflection to our relationships, our friends, our peers, our parents, our networks, our mentors and coaches, and all of these things. So it's all of us in line with the exposure and all of that. But Jerry, you didn't tell us your passion. Okay. But I know you sing.
Oh, yeah, very well.
Oh, really?
Or do you sing?
Hey, Kelly. Is it really you need to know it is?
Oh, no.
So do you want, give us some song. Give us a song. No, you are waiting. You want a cappella or you want me? Okay, give us just a song. Yeah, I like the way you are clearing it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All my life you have been faithful. You see, all my life you have been so good. With every breath that I am able, and I will sing of the goodness of God. 'Cause all my life you have been faithful. 'Cause all my life you have been so good. With every breath that I am able, and I will sing of the goodness of God. That's how you do fresh out.
Tell us who is.
His name is Lamont. I don't
Oh,
know.
wow, from Maverick.
Yeah.
Oh, that guy is so powerful.
Hey, Charlie, he's so unique. He also like.
But what about our local people?
Oh,
Our traditional people actually is local.
Okay, I would say Joe Metal. Yeah, so way back, Joe Metal was my role model.
Oh,
But as I was growing up, listening to a lot of music and all that, I got exposed and I got to realize that these people give the best. So that is why I changed a little, yes, from Joe Metal. I want to be an international.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. You guys are quite inspiring. I'm praying that comes to pass. That comes to pass. So we said a lot about our foundation, identifying it, the level we are, and all of that. Let's come to the fears. The fears we have currently. Is there any fear you have for the level you are at the moment? Any kind of fear at any kind of aspect? Maybe relationship, maybe misfortunes, maybe a whole lot of fears. Can you share? So, look at how would I? So let's go to Kelly, then we'll come back to that.
My fears. Should I say I don't really have a fear? The reason why I don't have a fear is that I know that all things work together for good, for them that love God. So I think that I shouldn't have to be afraid, because every day of my life, the Lord is telling me, do not be afraid, do not fear, do not be afraid, do not fear. So even though I know I'm going to face a lot of things, financially and all that, but I'm not afraid because I have an upper hand. Yeah, sure.
But you guys, you seem to be powerful. No, wait, let me go to Annabelle. Let me conclude. You guys are powerful.
Yeah, let me down, yes. Because I have a fear.
No, you should let it out.
I fear outdoors, like I said. I fear outdoors, yes. But it comes with so many choices that one move could destroy your life.
Sure.
Yes.
Sure.
And then in every day, day in, day out, you have to make your own choices. I remember when I was a kid, I don't have to make my own choices. My parents were there, so I'll go to them. Wait, which one? And then, they'll guide you. But yet, you are the one. So yes, it's you. You are supposed to make those choices, yes. So making a wrong one is just going to affect you in everything. And so yeah, God is there, He's there. But sometimes you yourself, you won't, unless you get to the level you receive from Him every day. If you don't get to that level of receiving from Him every day, you fall. So yes, so I'm at that level. I receive from Him, but not every day. So, there are certain choices that might come that maybe I won't receive from Him. And that leaves me scared. So, that is one thing I feel.
Wow. So
I know I'm not supposed to fear.
You are not supposed to fear, no.
Bible said I'm not supposed to fear.
But there's something little you should fear, which you're shaking your mind.
Yes. And that is why it's like, the scripture I learned Sunday was like, it was like, it is in our moments of weakness God comes to perfect His strength.
Sure.
Wow.
Yeah, so what I'm hearing would actually be my moments of weakness. And so that is when I'll call on Him, and then He comes to perfect His strength.
Wow. Amazing. I like that. So, I don't know if with the aspect of fear, you have an obvious question in your mind I might ask you about. Yes. Let's do guess with you. Do you have any obvious question in mind? So let's start with the arena of relationship.
Yes. Girlfriend, boyfriend.
Yeah, sure. At your current level.
I'm not in one.
Yeah. I like the rap response.
I'm not in
one. So, does that build another fear factor?
Yeah, somehow.
Okay. What are some of the reasons why you aren't in a relationship now?
It was not important. But I'm not discouraging anyone, but I just, it comes with a lot of problems and, stress and, you have a lot of problems already at stake, and then you come to add another one. And this is someone who has not even been matured now. And then it will come with a whole lot of things. I mean, relationship is, you are doing relationship to get married. So if you are not ready for marriage, I don't think you are ready for relationship. When I read, that was like, welcome to God and to this world where people are in relationship for fun. They are just there to disturb someone, and not actually there for what it is supposed to mean for you.
Okay, wow. You know why I answered this question? We are in a current trend where you not having a boyfriend, you not having a girlfriend at a particular level of life. It looks quite unsound. Yes, and you find out that you are the odd feel shy.
All your friends are in one.
Yeah, in one.
When you meet, they are all talking about
yes.
yes.
And when they tell me the things they do, so I'm really keen on your level, okay, and it's much pleasing to your parents, to God, to your siblings, and to the people around you, knowing you might not or you aren't in a relationship currently. And I like what you shared. Let me give you a chance to speak to your colleagues right now about relationship. And if they are into one, what are the things they should do or not? I think we diverted a little bit. We'll be on track. I think one day we'll have a whole session about relationship and all of that sometime to come. Yes.
Well, if anyone, I won't discourage you.
Okay.
Because the other day I was helping someone else to do what?
Yeah, okay.
Oh no, because you know, they like each other. And then they are holding on to it. And then the guy is like asking me, okay, he wasn't exactly asking me, but he's just like doing a honey ball.
Yeah.
But you like that thing.
By the way, those two people you are talking about, I'll check you. Wow.
That is not them. But then, you know, relationship comes with a whole lot of things. And so if you are not matured for it, don't enter into one. Even if you like the person, don't enter into it if you're matured for it, because it's going to distract you. And so if you're able to bear the distraction, then fine, you can go into it. Because as I said, you have to be matured. Being matured means you can handle distractions. So if it will come with a whole lot of distractions. So if you can handle that distraction, fine, you can go into it. But it's also not necessary. They are not ready for marriage, so don't go into it. I mean, most of them are in it for, you know, for fun's sake, just to post on their status, my mood, my day, my whatever it may be. Sometimes you can watch statuses, I can be watching statuses and like 90% will just be about them. And it's not like you're talking about fun. Oh, the guy has broken my heart. Whatever. You're crying, you're literally crying on your status and you're still in it. Hey, you won't leave.
Still enjoying it over there. But you know, I like level of thought at this time of life in relationship. And that's, I don't know that if Jerry is carrying that same sentiment. So let's chip a little from Jerry within a second on that. I know he has a girlfriend.
Yes, yes.
Hey, okay. She might be listening. Okay, so yeah.
Let me see. The reason why I don't have one is because I feel I have to establish myself first before I add that. I have to know what I'm about. The reason why a lot of people make mistakes is they don't know what they want in life. And they go and add, let me see, another burden on their head. Meanwhile, they are not established, they don't know themselves, they don't know what they want. So I think that building a good relationship is much more better than being in a relationship. Do you understand what I just said?
I understand.
Oh, yeah.
Being in a good relationship.
No, when you build a good relationship, when you build a good relationship, it's much more better than being in a relationship.
Wow.
Meaning that maybe I really like her, but I don't want to date her because I'm looking at 20 years from now. And let's say if I like her and I propose to her and she accepts, every little thing, complain, every little thing complain. So I'll get to her, oh, Charlie, there's really no be serious. Then you see that immediately break up. You see that the kind of friendship we have, you see that it will be lost. So I think that it is better I keep that my like, so that I'll build a better relationship, a good relationship with her.
So let me repeat the statement. You've learned something. So you said when you build a good relationship, it's better to be.
No, I'm saying
to build a relationship than being in a relationship.
Wow.
It's far better to build a good relationship than being in a relationship.
Wow. Amazing. I think we have about some few minutes to end our show for today. And lastly, let me ask you this question.
Okay.
Should in case we are given the chance to choose between Ghana and Argentina or Uruguay? Unexpected. So in case I give you the chance between Ghana, Argentina or Uruguay, which team will be your choosing? Anna go first.
Ghana.
You choose Ghana.
We didn't come alone.
Yeah.
It's like a push without patriotic. You know, Ghanaians, yesterday, do you know what I learned from Ghanaians? No. You see the life of the crafts. And my father, Pastor Daniel Nikwe, head pastor of ICGC, he used to give this funny explanation on how the life of human beings are, like that of the crabs. You know, when crabs are in a basket, then one other crab tries to climb out, trying to run away from the swooping he'll be in. One other crab will try to pull the one trying to run out into the same bowl and say, "You are going, who should stay behind to get killed?" So I think that was what happened yesterday. Ghanaians were so excited with the exit of the Uruguay team. But I think it should have been better with rebuilding ourselves than we thinking of bringing them along with us. So what do you think, Ken? Or did you watch the matches?
Oh, sure. I did. And I think that because they did miss that one, so like there was a lot of there was a lot of distractions and all that. So I think they all lost hope. Yeah, that's the main reason why they scored them that yeah. So I think that the reason why there was they made a mistake was that I think they had the mindset of revenge. I think so, yes. So they didn't really sit down to maybe organize themselves and all that. So I think that they just had the mindset of, hey, Charlie, maybe we go fire them.
Yesterday I was even telling some friends of mine that what this year has taught us that is that
you know,
if we should go in for revenge,
yes, sure.
I was actually going to ask a further question. That's the last question I would have asked all around the experiences from the Ghana Black Star. So I'll come back to you. We are noticing revenge here. We are, let's say, vengeance is the same as revenge. We are noticing anger and eagerness. Revenge, anger, and eagerness. And also, how do you, benchmarking, the benchmark. I don't know if you get me. So we have anger and eagerness and revenge and benchmarking. And when you come to these three things, they play key roles in each and every individual person's life. Revenge, vengeance, benchmarking, and eagerness or anger, they play key roles in our lives. For you, tell me about the little you've not made these three things come against you, which has made you push forward to what you are into currently. So revenge, I don't know if you can put it in mind. I hope you get my question. So we have revenge or vengeance. We have eagerness, having the zeal for something, eagerness or anger. and benchmarking. Benchmarking means putting somebody at your level, looking at a particular standard, like setting a standard or a pace for yourself. That's the benchmarking. How has these things been influenced in your lives, or how are you working around them to be a better person of yourself?
I don't get angry.
You don't get angry.
I don't know why.
Wow.
Wow.
I just get hurt, and then my grandma would say I have an attitude.
Wow.
But I don't get angry.
You don't get angry.
And then for vengeance, the only time it ever crossed my mind was when my uncle died.
Wow.
We had one of his friends poison him.
Oh, really?
And it just, and then I don't know, that thing came into me that, you know,
You should be very.
Charlie.
Wow, but I think you've gone past that.
Oh yeah, I've gone
How
past
did you
that.
do that?
I would say God, He gave me a better understanding of everything happening. That, you know, it was in His own will. It was His own will. And that, you know, if it wasn't His will, He wouldn't have passed away. Yes.
Wow, I think forgiveness also plays it.
Oh yeah, and then forgiveness. And then let me just say, I didn't even know the person.
Wow, okay.
Because
So
maybe if I knew the person, you know, I
You
would kill the person.
You would have cleared
you
all
have
the
all the family, yeah?
No, I would kill the person.
This reminds me of this funny meme. The man who said, I would have killed a lot.
I would have killed a lot.
But you would have forgiven a lot, right?
I would have, you know, if I knew the person at the time where I was seeking for vengeance,
Oh, okay.
I won't ever respect him.
Wow.
That is the thing. But if I know him now, yes, if I should see him outside, I would greet him and then I'll just look at him somewhere and be like, look, God have mercy
No,
on me.
but you have your mind. Instantly, there will be. So,
I'll just say God have mercy on me.
wow, wow. We come to the benchmark level. You're a lady, and ladies are receiving a lot of pressure currently from social media and all of that. That makes other ladies or other people choose a kind of benchmark which is not supposed to be theirs. Maybe I want to be like, I don't want to mention any name, I want to be like so and so. And because of how she flounced with some nice boots, some nice body stature, nice homes, nice dress, and mansions, and all of that. That's a kind of benchmark. Let me ask you about your benchmark. Who is your benchmark now? Do you have a new role model you're looking up to? And the standard of your life you set. What's the benchmark you have for yourself?
I don't really have one person or a role model or something like that. But you know, this Ghanaian celebrities, okay? I won't say anything. Oh, they are good, they are very good, but yeah, they don't work for me.
Wow.
They just don't work for me.
They just don't work for me.
There's just one thing in mind here, to be great, to be successful, and that is it. And to put God on top of it, that no matter how great I'll be, God will still be the head of me. Yes, so that is what is in my mind. That is what motivates me. So I remember even when I didn't even have a purpose, even when I didn't know what exactly to be in future, I just knew I wanted to be great. I wanted to be successful, so that was what was pushing me. So yeah, the need to be great, to be successful was what was pushing me. So I'll say that, yeah. But I love some Ghanaian celebrities though.
Oh, okay.
Like this. Oh, I love Belamundi.
Belamundi.
Oh, yeah.
I love Belamundi.
What about Nanaba?
I don't follow her, so I don't know.
Okay.
But I love Belamundi.
Wow.
She's the one I follow.
Wow. So, from your point of view, benchmarking is really important to you.
Yeah.
As in the kind of person you look up to.
Yeah.
Wow. Minister Kelly.
Yeah. So where do I start?
Yeah, so you can start from eagerness. Let's use eagerness and benchmark.
So with that one, I don't think it's advisable. And the reason why I really don't think it's advisable is when you are eager for something, you don't make the necessary preparations. You don't really prepare. So I think that is not advisable. The reason why a lot of people make mistakes is that they have this thing in them. Oh Charlie, someone be pio. You Charlie need to make a do what and go there. So they make that mistake and they end up causing a lot of harm. Yeah. So I think that way is not advisable for yes. Wow. You end up making a lot of mistakes. They are very eager. Yeah.
Okay. Then what about benchmarking?
Yeah. So with that one too, I don't really have a role model, like one role model I'm looking after. Because these role models, you don't even know them.
Yeah.
Yes, you don't really know them. You just watch them on TV, you go for shows and all that. So you don't really know their lifestyle.
You don't know what's behind those platforms.
Sure.
Whatever thing they post.
Yeah. So I don't really have a role model per se. All I want is, I just want to be the best version of myself. So anyone that puts me there, yeah, will be
Someone's hand. Finally, we've come to the end of this show, and let me take final words from you all. If you have any word you have to say to our youth who are yet coming, we have people in the universities, they are facing so many challenges. Some are not facing, but identifying themselves as being a problem, focusing on their studies, education, and all of that has been a problem. You share with them any word you have for them, any encouragement, any advice, and all of that. I know you are not perfect though, but we can all be.
Sure. Yeah, so one thing I would like to say is, even though we are not all perfect, we make mistakes in life, I think that you have to always learn from your mistakes at every point in time. You are supposed to identify your mistakes. If you are not able to identify your mistakes, you don't know the next step.
You have to identify.
Yes, you must be able to identify your mistake. For instance, let's say if you insult and somebody says, oh Charlie, how you talk last minute, Charlie? You have to be able to sit down and be able to analyze, oh, what are the mistakes I have made, or what are the mistakes I've done throughout the day. So I think it is known as a retro. What?
Retrospective.
Yes. So that you'll be able to identify your mistakes. And also, I think that you have to have God in your life. You have to make God the first in your life. Yeah, it says that seek ye first the kingdom of God and His righteousness, and all other things shall be added unto you. So I think that first of all, you must be able to identify your mistakes. As you are growing, you make a lot of mistakes, yeah, because you are youth. So that one is normal. You make a lot of mistakes, but you have to be able to identify that they are mistakes. And secondly, make the Lord your first in everything you do. If you are not able to make God the first in your life, you would end up missing a lot of things.
Wow.
Because if God is your first in life, He is able to reveal your purpose. He is able to reveal your weaknesses. He is able to tell you the step onto which you have to make in life. Yes, so these are the two things that I will tell you. That yes, education is very important. It plays a key role. But I think education is not the key to success. A lot of people say education is the. I think it is a key, not the key. I think it is
just the subject just should be changed.
Yeah. So yes. So education is a key. So education, relationship, all these things are very necessary. But these youthful exuberance and all these things, I think if we are able to put them aside and focus clearly on God, He will be able to make us, where we want to be.
Amazing. Thank you, Jerry. Thank you, Jerry. Yeah.
Yes, hello.
Yes, can you polish it for us?
So good. There are times your plans may seem more appropriate to you than God's plan. But in every situation, God wants the best for you. So although what you're actually going through is a problem, the world may be blinding you from seeing God's goodness. But everything He has for you is actually good. You're like, the thoughts I have for you are not of evil, but of good, for your own good. And so yes, so whatever is happening around you may blind you from seeing God's goodness. It doesn't mean God has a purpose. It doesn't have a purpose for you. He's actually there, and He's actually waiting for you to go to Him and ask of Him what exactly He wants you to do. So if you're going through a problem, it doesn't mean God has disappointed you or anything. It's just, you can't see His goodness. It is from that bad thing His glory comes to play. So, even though you are in that problem, you should still go to Him, find out from Him why exactly He's making that bad thing happen to you. Because what I've actually learned from this year is that God is such a jealous God that He'll put you in a hard situation for you to know that He's the only person you should depend on. So He doesn't care who you are, He just puts you in a bad situation for you to know that He's the only person you should depend on. So, whatever thing you're going through may be so bad, but just know God is there.
Wow. Thanks to you all. Thanks to Jerry, Jerry Tekeli. Thanks to Annabelle for making it here. It's unfortunate we didn't have our fellow person here, but we are sure she is around with us and all of that. So my last and final words to all those around here, we are telling you that as youth coming up, we should make sure we build up a good relationship with Christ. We should build up a good relationship with God. We should be able to find ourselves in places where we push us and bring glory to God, as in with how we relate with people, the places we go, the influences that we receive, social media, all aspects of our lives. Sometimes it's good to enjoy, sometimes it's good to get yourself excited and all of that. But we should check the level of our excitement. We should check the source of our fun. We should check the source of our influences. And I think in all, that will help us to build up a good foundation. That will help us to build up a better future for ourselves. Whether you are in primary, whether you are in SHS, whether you are in JHS, whether you are in the uni, wherever you might find yourself. Sometimes you might find in life. You might cry in the room, you don't know. It will happen more often now. Now that we have people having their results out, GEC will be easy. People will be just crying, stressed out. And I just want to relay an information. That's not the end of our lives. If some of us should project our results slips outside, I think somebody will say, hey, they sent me the video. But you know, God has been faithful. When God is out of your life, you will also be out of context. So we are praying, and it's our prayer and it's our advice that you all will have God in your lives, love Him, have good friends, have good role models, have good icons, and look at the algorithm of things you watch or follow on social media. Thanks to you all, and I've always been your host, Fialo Christian. Thanks for joining us live on Facebook. Big ups to Gabby for helping with the live streaming, and to our team members who are outside and running out good stuff outside. To Annabelle Kwe, to Jerry Kekeli, to the administration for Pennsylvania Radio, to say God bless you all. To all the students of Pentecost University, a big shout out to you all, and all old students, and all old students of St. Martin's SHS. So shout out to all old school students from Achimota, all old school students from.
Can I give a shout?
Come again?
Can I give a shout?
Oh, you can give a shout out. Yes.
My best friend.
Your best friend. What's his name?
My best friend.
When I sent him the flyer, he actually posted it and said, like to be listening.
Wow.
Give
me a shout out.
So shout out to you. I know you're listening. I always say name. Before you start teasing me with him.
Wow. Shout out to you, please.
Shout out to my mom.
Wow. Wow. Mommy, God bless you. Bless all our parents, all our fathers. And yes, this reminds me a special thanksgiving to Brother Edward Yeboah. Last week I was just there and I received an alert on my Momo. Crow. Yes. He said he actually asked me, he didn't see me on Facebook last week, and I was like, oh, there was 1 or 2 challenges. He said, okay. He just hung up and he brought my Momo 100 CDs. Yeah, God bless you, Edward. And I know God will use you for great things. Thanks to you all for joining us. We'll meet same time next week, 12 to 1 p.m. Thank you. Have a blessed week. Oh, Charlie.
It's okay.